Real kid.
Yeah, you owe me that.
Ain't that with their daddy? No, that is. No, that is.
Oh my God. So
That's so.
go ahead and bring another steak and some potatoes.
Okay.
No, don't bring no take on potatoes.
She's just going ahead and ordering anyways.
I'm paying for my meal and your meal. I'm not paying for your kids' meal. No.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not paying for their kids' meal.
Yeah, that's right. Stand your ground, King. For a moment there, she thought that he was about to say that he's paying for his meal alone. The shock on her face was just... Here's the thing. He should have said that because this woman is living off of fucking delusion. I'm pretty sure even a platypus can give birth. So, and platypuses don't go around asking other platypuses to just like give all their shit away.
No.
So you don't think you owe me after having me wait an hour and a half?
No, he doesn't.
I owe you when I take you out
Okay,
again.
so you're gonna pay for my kids' food?
No, I'm not doing that.
Can you please go ahead and
I'm not doing that. No. Hold.
Wow.
She was noticeably pissed off about this guy being an hour and a half late. She should be. I get it. I wouldn't want anybody to wait an hour and a half for any date. And furthermore, I wouldn't recommend that anybody wait 10 minutes. You know, if you have a meeting time, I wouldn't wait past 10 minutes because it's a show of disrespect, or better yet, it's just a lack of respect for the other person because time is valuable. But her response, the way she responded, feminine masculinity, nah, that ain't a good look at all for any woman. It looks bad. It's not going to benefit you anything in a relationship or in social environments and dealing with people socially. For her to feel as though she was entitled to her children's meal to be paid for, to compensate for this guy being late, and then the fact that she was demanding it, yeah, that is a sense of entitlement. And that's a sense of entitlement that honestly only a woman is going to lean towards on a date with the opposite sex. So yeah, she didn't at all deserve a meal for her kids to be paid for. But had she asked that man and he decided to do it, it would have been quite understood.
No, the last time we spoke, the last time we were in court, I never changed anything. It's just that he was not properly served. So I had to get an address for him.
That has nothing to do with what I asked you about. Well, you can't say, listen, he has the right to put whatever is in the answer.
I'm not saying he can't, but
you can't add another count because you don't like or you disagree with what is in his answer.
if he responds and his response is a lie, it's perjury, then my documents will prove that he lied in his response.
No. It's his version. First of all, do you understand what perjury is?
No, she doesn't.
Yes, I understand perjury is a lie. I know what perjury means.
It's not a lie.
Perjury is a statement, a false statement made under oath.
Under oath.
So
exactly. And I got documents that prove he was lying.
No. Ridiculous woman.
It's a false statement made under oath. Under oath. When did he testify to something that he lied about? It's a false statement made under oath.
Bottom line is, you said it's a criminal offense, so I will send it to circuit court.
That's not the bottom line. The bottom line, you don't know what perjury is. You're trying to accuse him that he lied under oath. He did not lie under oath when he was on a date with you. There is no oath. You don't just sue people for perjury because they lied to you. It's not the correct criminal offense. What is wrong with you? Crazy. Absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. But take note of this, gentlemen. Notice how the guy isn't saying a word. Allow them to talk, because the more that they talk, the more that their true character will surface. Let's proceed.
Are we done here?
No, you don't understand, ma'am. You don't understand.
Are we done here? Are we done here?
Perjury is a false statement made under oath.
perjury means.
No, you don't.
Are we done
No,
here?
you
Is it a
don't.
criminal offense or not?
What statement? I don't see anything in the complaint that says he made some false statement under oath.
Because you don't know what happened. You're on the outside looking in.
All of it needs to be right.
But you're the plaintiff. You have, wait a minute, you are the plaintiff.
done here?
You have to
Are we
lay
done
out
here?
your
done
allegations
here?
properly.
Are we done here?
No,
I
we're
know
not.
exactly what perjury means.
No, we're
Do
not.
not insult my intelligence.
You have to
Do not insult my
you have
intelligence.
to lay your, you have to lay your,
Please do
you
not
have to
insult my
lay
intelligence.
your complaint
This is
out.
disgusting.
You have to allege this in the complaint. You have
Please
not.
do not insult my intelligence.
It's not about that. You don't. I don't think you understand what perjury is. It's a
Are we
false
done
statement made
here?
under
Are we
oath.
done here? Are we done here?
I
Please
said
do not
no.
insult my intelligence.
I said no.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not insult my intelligence as if I do not understand what the word perjury means.
You don't.
Perjury is when you lie under oath normally, or 10 times out of 10 in front of a judge, which would normally happen in a court proceeding, where you'll raise your right hand, you'll recite the oath, and then you'll testify or be questioned, so on and so forth. So when the judge said that his answer or his response to her motion to the court for this lawsuit, his response was not perjury, and in fact wasn't perjury, because his response was to a motion, which is a court document that was submitted to the court. He wasn't under any kind of oath for whatever response or answer he gave in that document. So she's incorrect about understanding perjury, and that's what the judge is getting upset about, and the gentleman that she's suing is just being quiet. So with her not understanding perjury and not giving the situation any room for her to learn something, she essentially got aggressive as hell and tapped into her feminine masculinity and made herself look foolish. Because had she listened, she would have understood that what she was saying he did to commit perjury actually wasn't perjury. Now, does she understand perjury to the general understanding that we all understand it? Yes, she does. But she didn't understand perjury to a court proceeding and how it applied to her situation where perjury wasn't even a factor. So she let her feminine masculinity take over, get her out of pocket, and essentially wreck her case for herself and made herself look ridiculously foolish.
Tonight, so he's kind of made his prison field in the paint tonight.
And Terry kind of nails both free throws.
Layup up and no good by Thompson.
And the Alabama A&M coach, he's fussing and cussing.
Yeah, and coach is kind of losing it over here as he feel like
And they're calling security, not sure what's going on. And they're going to put one of the cheerleaders out of the game, it seems.
security has got involved in it.
And it's getting real heated here at R.W. Harrison Complex.
They're walking toward the cheerleading section.
And they're going to escort one of the cheerleaders out. They say one of the cheerleaders walked onto the court. And they're going to say she has to go.
This is the most unexplainable case of feminine masculinity out of any of these videos. I don't understand what this young woman's frame of mind was. As y'all saw the video, the ball player caught the ball, went out of bounds so he could inbound it, and him and her end up contacting each other where he didn't even pay attention to it. And she kicked him in the process of them making contact because she was doing some kind of move. She kicked him, almost kicked him in the nuts, but I guess she didn't because he didn't fall to the floor. So he paid it no mind, but for whatever reason she did. So he inbounded the ball, ran down on offense, and then when he came back to that end of the court on defense, she decided to approach him and make her gripe with him known. So she got booted from the game. And it essentially appeared to be for no reason. It was beyond simple that she decided to make this an issue and got booted from the game. So feminine masculinity strikes again. Women, stop challenging men and stop coming at men with this energy or feeling like you even have to come from a foundation with this energy when you're out in public in social situations. Just be a woman. Be a woman. You don't have to argue with anybody, even other women. You don't have to argue with women. You don't have to argue with men. And in your feminine essence, when you have a man, he will do all of that arguing for you. He will do all of the fighting for you. You just be a lady. Sit back. Don't argue with nobody. Live your life. Raise your family.
Days ago, Psychology Today released this article about the rise of lonely single men.
Please, with all your spirit gusto, go click back on that video. I've been telling y'all motherfuckers are going to be single for the rest of your life if you do not increase your emotional communication skills, emotional intelligence, or any of these things. The Psychology Today article that my good sis is referencing is nothing but proof that these podcast alpha male bullshit father issue heaven ass motherfuckers is forcing y'all to a lifetime of singleness.
Now, this lovely young lady was recently fired from her position as a therapist for this viral rant. And we're going to get into this and exactly why that she was fired from her position. But let's just keep on listening to her thoughts.
I keep seeing on this bullshit ass app that women have these poor attitudes and all this other bullshit. Men truly just need to extend their emotional vocabulary so they can flourish and have meaningful, healthy relationships. But instead, y'all listening to these Kevin Samuel ass motherfuckers and it's leaving you 50 and alone. Fix it. Okay, since some of y'all need the confirmation from mental health professionals, if you want to be a hoe. If you want to be a slut, be a slut. If you want to go thought it out in the streets, bye, bitch. Be in the streets. But definitely be safe about it and try to find people that are reasonably sane. But other than that, yo, shake that shit open. Because you know why? Because you know why? You're going to die. And you want to be in your death, baby, like, damn, I should have swabbed on this road. Blood corn. You want to be there? No. No. You want to tell your grandkids, yes, I was starting. I was popping. I was living my life. Because you know why? You're going to die. So if you're thinking, should I sit on it? Sit on it. Sit on it. Sit on it. I'm a strong advocate for being a slut. Make sure you get that clean bill of health and use that protection, because we ain't trying to get trapped out here. We ain't trying to get. But yeah, be a hoe. Your therapist co-signer. Be a hoe.
Y'all know her. This young woman is the clinical therapist who got fired from her job because of this. And her argument, or her gripe, if you want to call it that, because I felt like she was venting and griping. Her gripe has no merit. If anything, it has a little bit of merit. But the article that she brought up, the article was talking about single men in relation to dating apps and social media and how that has affected dating for men to become single. So what that is, or what the dynamic of that is all women are on social media and dating apps. 80% of women are selecting the 10% of men, whether you want to call them the top 10% or however you want to describe that 10%. They're selecting 10% of men on these apps. It ain't even got to be dating. It could be Facebook. That's who they interact with, whether it's a good looking guy, whether it's a guy with a blue check mark, status, clout, or whether it's a guy with money. So the bottom 90% of men are the single guys. It's not because they're listening to some other outlet and taking that information from that other outlet and then having that affect them negatively in dealing with women. That's what she's trying to suggest. And that's not what's happening. That article wasn't talking about that. Like I said, what's happening is women are swiping right or inboxing or DMing or returning DMs from the top 10% of guys. So yeah, the bottom 90% are single. And the things that these women want from the bottom 90%, it's the same thing they're asking the men for that's in the top 10%. For an example, a guy with money. All these women is asking this guy or these same 10% of guys for commitment, for loyalty, for monogamy, for them to have emotional availability. And those top 10% of guys who's sleeping with the 80% of women, they're not giving any of those preferences, those women preferences. They're not giving any of those to any of the women they're dealing with, because those guys have options. They don't have to. And then those women are expecting those preferences to carry across the board for all men. And they're even asking the bottom 90% for it. They're asking the bottom 90% for emotional availability, monogamy, good credit scores, got his head on his shoulders, to take care of, be a stepdad, take care of kids that ain't his, and not understanding. He looking at them like, well, I'm your second choice. Why would I do all that for you when I'm your second choice? And should we be together, the way you'll interact with me on a day-to-day basis is like I'm not worthy. So women are missing that. And for her to tie that article where it's really talking about social media and tie that back to men being emotionally unavailable and listening to other outlets that's having them interact with women in a way that's not benefiting the man, or it's negative for his interaction with that woman, she's incorrect. That's not what the article was talking about. Follow her second video up where she's talking about, you want to be able to tell your grandkids that you was thotting and you was sitting on a cock carousel. That is as destructive as any adult can be for an adolescent.
How you doing?
Next.
Don't do it.
Next. Next.
Okay, that's okay. Apparently, I guess you already know why you here. Okay. Usually, that's okay, because usually when people come in, they
How long is this gonna take?
know.
How long is this gonna take?
We can do
How long is this gonna take?
We can do it right now.
Yeah, how long is this gonna take?
Okay, well, I need.
No, how long is it gonna take for you to continue to talk to him so I can get up and go? I do have work to be at. So how long is this gonna take?
You gotta deal with it like this.
It don't even matter what he gotta deal with. How long is this gonna take? Because I don't have to be here for real.
No, you don't have to be here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I don't have to be here.
Do you love him?
I don't have to be here. Loving got to do with it. Loving got to do with it.
Okay, so
can you not? What?
At least let
You the reason I'm here. Exactly.
Man.
And he ain't going nowhere. Next.
What I need, I'm just gonna continue to talk because I have to say it. You have to give me consent to record the session and agree to a lie detector test today.
Yeah, okay.
First of all, every time the phone rings,
It's a call. It's business.
Can I?
It's business.
What's going on? She got to get up and run out the room. All of a sudden now she always want to go out on the weekend. I retired.
What else, my man?
Anywho,
That's okay.
Nobody This is whack excuses though. They're whack excuses for me to be just sitting here though.
You can talk to me. We let her go ahead and ramble by herself.
It's just everything. It's just
And for what though? For a lie detector think they cheating?
Well, there's gotta be a reason why.
It's communication. What about your wife? Do you communicate with her? Joe, I swear to God, this is stupid. Like, I want to go, bro.
do this for me.
I want to go.
I need
like, this is what I got to do for you to prove my love. I gotta sit
Apparently,
here.
Apparently,
Yeah, you can't do this for me. Please, I need you to do this for me so we can move forward. Can you do this?
This is a motherfucker.
Unless you got something to hide, obviously. Because I've seen this.
Don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. How about that? Don't even talk to me. You can talk to him. Don't even talk to me, Joe.
Okay, that's why. My name isn't Joe. If you can read, it says Bounty Hunter D on the wall. I'm not trying to disrespect your girl, but you got a wild one.
But you gonna let him sit there and talk to me like that. But you love me, and it's the game y'all wanna play.
I'm not trying to play. I'm not trying to play. Possibly I can help you learn how to read. That's probably what I'm trying to do because you called me Joe and it doesn't say Joe on the wall. Okay?
Can you please just take the test?
I'm not taking no test because I don't have to be here taking no test. For me to take this test to prove my love to you, and you love, but you love me. You want me to prove my love to you, and you let this man talk to me like I'm. You want to hope and dream, and this nigga selling it. Get out of here, cash out right now.
Okay, he's trying to cash in on the relationship, and he might have to cash out on your ass because it seems like you have something to hide, sister, that he really wants to know about.
Come on, just take the test, please. I won't. You ain't got to worry about doing no more like this ever. Just take the test, just one time, so I can have this clearance.
I'm gonna take this test, and it's gonna prove what? It proves to you that I'm a faithful. I want you gone. How about that?
Take that deal.
How about that?
Take the deal, Jay.
How about that?
Take that deal. Take the deal.
And then you want to listen.
Trust me, Jay. Take the deal.
Ooh.
Tell her okay. Okay. So what's the other alternative? Take the deal. Tell her you'll take the deal. Trust me, bro. Take the deal.
What's the other alternative first? What's the other alternative?
If you're wrong, if you're wrong, now what?
If I'm wrong.
If I'm wrong, you expect me to stay again?
If you're wrong.
Again? Oh, so this isn't the okay.
First of all,
oh, speaking of first, it don't sound like it's the first time.
I wouldn't even been here. Playwithit.com if you want to.
I ain't playing. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't being played with.
You're the one making it hard.
But it don't even have to be all this when you can just take them answers. It's like so easy.
Just relax and say yes or no. It's that simple.
And no, it ain't. It's just I said what I had to say.
Let's try it again. Yes or no. Please. Is your boyfriend's name Jay?
Yeah.
Do you fantasize about other men while being intimate with Jay?
Wow. Like, really?
I really want to get through this. I just need yes or no.
Do you have these questions?
I just need you to answer yes or no.
No.
Let's start all over again, Elmo. Yes or no?
No.
I have to read the question again so I can gauge it. Do you fantasize about other men while being intimate with Jay?
No.
Have you ever stolen from Jay?
Some gum.
I don't want to answer. I just need yes or no.
Sound like you got an attitude problem.
Well, it's not an attitude. It's just I'm dealing with somebody who I don't know if you don't understand English. It's obviously you know how to read, so I'm trying to figure you out here. I'm just trying to get through this.
You don't like how that feel, though, do you? Exactly.
It's not about how I feel about anything. I'm trying to
You want somebody to talk to you like you got some.
She said yes. Lie detector test determined that was the truth. I asked, is your boyfriend's name Jay? She says yes. Lie detector test determined that was the truth.
Of course, like it is. Now you don't even have to it out because the first two said true. Okay, so therefore it's all true. Period. Period.
From Jay.
Period.
She says no. Lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Toothpaste.
What'd you take?
Some toothpaste and I don't steal.
In the last 30 days, have you used the internet to meet other men? She says no. Lie detector test determined that.
The last video is the worst, the best, and just utterly disgusting. To see a woman like that, and she is supposed to be feminine in her nature and feminine within her beauty and what she presents to the world. And that femininity and the beauty and the nurturing and the womb of life with which she is, to present it in that fashion, it gave me a headache listening to it. It makes my stomach turn just to see it, or to even think about her as a person, or to encounter her as a person. You don't want to see a woman like that in any fashion, whether she's interacting with another woman, whether she's interacting with a child, whether she's interacting with a man, because you don't even want to see a man like that unless he's interacting with another male. And then where you do see a male aggressively interacting with another male because of whatever reason, that's what we do as men with testosterone, we bump heads. I'm still not going to carry it that far as a man, as far as words, as far as verbiage. I'm not going to have all this verbiage for you and all this sassiness and, oh, nigga this and nigga that, and you don't like how that felt, and I'm going to say this, and you're not going to have that with another man. With another man, your words is going to be very short, and then your punch is going to be very short because you're trying to get him out of there in one. So you want to throw two of them at the most. So your word's going to be short, your punch is going to be even shorter. Point is, you don't even want to see a man doing all of that. So to see a woman doing that, yeah, ladies, stop it with the feminine masculinity.